Hey folks, how you guys doing? Hope you're all having a great Tuesday morning as usual. It's been pretty crazy here. I know it doesn't really seem like that with the lack of published projects. I've been publishing content on my main channel, but not projects for the past 3 weeks. The reason being is, I guess it was 2.5 weeks ago. I'm not exactly sure. Time's just like flown by recently. A couple weeks ago, right before the Atlanta trip, I completed my dining table, as I mentioned previously on this vlog, and did not have enough time to get the article and plans done. I got the video done, not the article and plans, so I held off on publishing it until I got back. So that was one of the weeks without a project video. There was something else in its place, and then as soon as I got back, I actually was joined the entire week last week with Matt Lane from Lane Brothers Board Shop. Be sure to check his channel out, by the way. He's a really good dude. So while he was here, anytime you're doing a collaboration, a time-sensitive time slot situation, you just try and bust out as much content as possible, complete as much content as possible. So we did really good. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 more videos sitting on my computer ready to edit. All project videos, of course, but because of that, again, I had to delay the dining table build again once more, so this coming Sunday should be, for real this time, should be the dining table build, finally. So on the outside, it may appear that I haven't been doing much as far as projects go. I've really been busting my tail trying to get ahead. And then also, of course, we had the Atlanta show, the woodworking shows in Atlanta. That was a huge success. It was always so much fun. And thank you to all of you who stopped by and said hi and introduced yourself. It was a very humbling and rewarding experience. There's a lot of, first off, the conversations are it's just very, like I said, humbling to interact with everybody out there. And also, the feedback that I gained from each and every one of our conversations is very valuable to me. So it was a great experience. Thank you guys very much for everyone who stopped by. Coming up, some other stuff I've got going on. Let's see, I released 2 videos on my second channel within the past few days that were shot at Sean Stone's shop in Columbus, Mississippi. And I've got one more build video actually from there, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on my main channel or on my second channel. It just depends on how the video turns out. We actually, it was a last minute kind of thing. I brought my camera with me over to Sean's house. It was me, Matt Lane, Sean Stone, and Jason Barlow, another guy who, he's actually the flight simulator guy. Me and Nick Ferry, when Nick Ferry was in town, went to Columbus Air Force Base, and he got us on a little flight simulator. But he's the Air Force guy. Anyway, he's got a lathe, does a lot of lathe turnings, and he helped out with the project. So there was 4 of us working on it, and man, it was a lot of fun just knocking out a project and goofing off all night with those guys. But anyway, I've got that video ready to edit, and depending on how it turns out, it may be on my main channel, maybe on my second channel. I'm not exactly sure. But that's all the stuff from Sean's. Suggestions. I need some suggestions on a benchtop grinder, specifically more or less for lathe tools. I got a lathe. There's a really nice gentleman by the name of Kevin, excuse me, Kevin Miller, and he hooked me up with a Jet 1014 VS variable speed mini lathe with bed extension, and just a crazy awesome dude. A bunch of turning tools, some chucks, and yeah, opened the door for me to wood turning, and it's just been a blast. I've been screwing around, just milling anything I can find to get familiar with the tools. Just a little bit of practice before I start actually integrating it into some projects. I don't know how many lathe-specific projects I will make, but I definitely have plans to implement the tool into the builds, like turning legs for tables and such, finials, stuff like that. But that is, that's a lot of fun. That's a whole nother rabbit hole to get into. But anyways, a lot of shop changes. That's one of them. As you can see behind me, look at that. Woo! Put the flags up above the miter saw station because while Matt was here, we got a tool wall completed. Well, the tool wall's up. All of the tool holders, I'm still working on some of them. And then I moved the plywood cart over to this corner where originally the lathe was when we completed the lathe stand, but I decided to move it over there by the dust collector because, well, it makes a mess, and having the dust collector right there is really cool. And also I made the, let me spin this way. I also made the, the lathe cabinet. Super simple design that allows me to change it as I go, and I don't know how I'm going to want to implement or use all the features of the cabinet, so I didn't go specific with doors or drawers or anything like that, but it's a good clean slate for upgrades or changes down the road. And then also I made the stand, or me and Matt and I, whichever it is, made the lathe stand super easy to move around. Some good casters on the bottom of it with the intentions of, on a good sunny day, low humidity, or just with weather cooperating, I guess I should say, I can just push the lathe stand out on the driveway and do some turnings outside and just blow the mess away instead of dealing with it here in the shop. Speaking of mess, excuse me, my cough here. This past weekend I had a crazy sinus infection because, like an idiot, I cut one board, I made one cut on the miter saw without the dust collection running, and there was a huge fog of oak dust, and like an idiot I just breathed it in. And oh, my sinuses went nuts over the weekend. So, since then, I've been wearing my respirator like 100% here in the shop. This is actually like the first time I haven't wore it here in the shop this weekend. This week, I should say. But I'm going to try and put some more emphasis on getting some of the dusty air controlled here in the shop. That was a huge mistake on my part, and man, I paid for it this weekend. I had a horrible weekend with that crap. But that's starting to go away. Let's see what else. Oh, I don't know if I said it or not. Suggestions for a bench grinder for a lathe tools. I have a Harbor Freight 8-inch bench grinder that I just realized the problem with it is not crappy wheels, it's the actual shaft is bent. I thought that the wheels were off balance or something like that, and it was wobbling because of that. So I took the wheels off, and lo and behold, both sides of the shaft are all bent out of shape. Kind of, I guess, what you get for a Harbor Freight purchase sometimes. I got burnt on that one. It wasn't that expensive, but it's not good for doing anything of accuracy. It's it's good for like lawnmower blades and stuff like that, but not really that great for holding a lathe tool in one specific spot. So I need to upgrade replace, I should say, my bench grinder. So any suggestions on an 8-inch bench grinder with, or I should say, or an 8-inch bench grinder and or a set of wheels that are good long-term for sharpening lathe tools. I don't want to have the urge to upgrade down the road. I just want to one and done. You buy once, cry once kind of thing. So any suggestions for that situation, please leave them in the comments below. Oh, I've got like, I don't know, 30 or so stickers that need to be put up on the cabinet, so I guess that's the last for this video. You guys take care, have a great day, and I will talk to you, might be Thursday. If I can do a tool talk on something, it'll be Thursday. If not, I'll talk to you guys Sunday. You guys take care, have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Also, really quick, I forgot to mention that we recorded another podcast episode. It will be up this Friday. So we had to skip a week due to the Atlanta show craziness, but new podcast this Friday.